about to tell you everything I've ever done to my face, including what I deeply regret. For reference, I'm 40 years old. I'm always told I look younger. I'll go chronologically so you understand the logic behind every decision. The first thing I've ever tried was Botox around my eyes. I was around 29 to 30. I always had a lot of movement here, so I liked the result, but I didn't like that it kind of made my smile a bit frozen, so I stopped doing it for like 4 to 5 years. I got back to it recently, maybe in the past couple of years, and I do it every 4 to 6 months. That's probably one procedure that I really like and I'm really consistent. I think it's great prevention from deeper lines forming. 32, 33, I tried under eye filler for hollowness and I loved how fresh it made me look. But something weird happened. Every time I would drink a glass of wine, I would get swelling, I would get rashes, my face would just blow up. I honestly thought I developed some weird illness, but it turns out that that was just a reaction to the filler. And after 8 to 10 months, when the filler dissolved, that reaction completely stopped and never came back again. And that wasn't my only filler lesson. 36, I was going through some personal stuff and I wanted to look my absolute best. I think I was trying to control at least some things in my life that I could control. I did under eye filler once again and I loved how it looked for 8 to 9 months. This time I didn't have any allergic reaction. But after that, I started having under eye bags, like it looked really puffy. Turns out it was just leftover filler, and I'll tell you in part 2 how I got rid of it without the surgery. Spoiler, it was really painful. At the same time, I did filler in my smile lines. Now the injector actually told me not to ever do it because the way I age, my face doesn't wrinkle, but it drops. But I hated those lines. I still have them, so I ignored her advice and I did it anyway. Turns out she was right. It just made me look heavier and I'll never do it again. I also did 0.5 milliliter of filler in my lips, mostly in my top lip. I loved it. It was very subtle. But unfortunately, I developed Fordyce granules, which is tiny little white dots that every single person has, but filler can push them up to the surface in some people, and that's what happened to me. That's a common side effect that I wasn't aware of. So I loved it, but unfortunately, I can't do it again. I tried Botox in my forehead once for prevention because I had 0 lines there, and it made my eyebrows and eyelids feel and look heavy and droopy, so I never did it again, and I actually realized that you should only do prevention for the things that you're actually prone to. 5 years later, I still don't have any lines there. You can see I have full movement if I raise my eyebrows, but I don't move my eyebrows that much, so I think that helps. If the lines ever show up, I'll do it, but I'll just ask them to inject it high on my forehead to avoid the brow drop. Tried Botox in my neck once for prevention too, but like with the forehead, I didn't see any difference, so I concentrate on hydrating this area. I sleep on my back, I work on my posture, and that's been enough for me. So that's part 1. I'll do part 2 where I'll share what has actually tightened my skin, what damaged it so badly that I cried, and one thing that actually changed everything for me. If you tried Botox or fillers, share in the comments what worked, what didn't, because we learn from each other.